Hi everyone, good night, good night. I hope that you all are hearing me. I was actually trying to do this live on Facebook on my personal page, but I was having some audio issues. So hopefully it's not the same on YouTube, but I hope everyone had a great geography exam, whether it's CAPE, Unit 1, Unit 2, or CSEC. I hope you all had really good exams and I helped in some way. I know this year, unfortunately, I wasn't able to do as much lies on paper to questions or map work per se, as I work full time, and of course managing it all is quite a lot, especially with having to teach your students in school and also help them with revision and also my lesson students. However, you all should join the Discord channel. You can get help there. It's easier for me to respond to text messages or other students to help you there. You all just have paper one to do now for all of the classes. Keep what unit one, unit two, and CSEC. You all just have some paper ones to do. The paper ones are all in the Discord channels, and you also can get some of the answer sheets and feedback, and you know, all of that information is on Discord. So please feel free to join the Discord channel. It will help you tremendously. Um, Let me send the link again. The Discord is called School of Geography as well, and it should be. Um, Let me see if I get the link to share again so that you can join that. I think this link may expire, so you want to probably use the link right now. If not, let me see if I can get a more permanent permanent link. There's a way that I can get a permanent link, one that doesn't expire. Okay, so this is a Discord. Hi Alex, how are you? I think I saw you on Discord already. Right, so tonight I'm actually not going to be discussing anything related to the syllabus, but I'm going to be discussing the importance and significance of World Environment and World Oceans Day, as it is something that I'm passionate about, especially the ocean. I think the ocean is probably my favorite place on planet Earth. I'm really passionate about Ocean Week, right? Ocean literacy, the blue economy. So that is what I'm going to be discussing tonight. And of course, it is related. I shouldn't say it's not, because you have the topic of climate change. You have course covered on the syllabus, so um, it's directly related to the curriculum. However, it's not something that you may be tested on, right? So World Environmental Day was on June 5th, and this year's theme was entitled One, One, Only One Earth, Only One Earth. So, of course, we have several galaxies and planets out there, right? But we only have one Earth. So the significance and importance of this theme is really to drive the point home that there is no alternative place for us to live, especially humans, right? And Earth is in what we call code red because we have so many destructive practices that is leading to environmental degradation. And what we see, we have major problems in terms of climate. So now we have global warming and climate change being a major threat to planet Earth, and of course, human beings living on planet Earth. We are seeing major habitat losses, and nature, environmental degradation, species are threatened and they are on the verge of extinction. And of course, we have pollution in terms of land, air, and water. And in the Caribbean, you can see that this pollution is tremendously affecting us, especially with the air. You know, we have this Sahara dust that is really a huge problem for us. So this year's team really is focusing on, the theme of only one earth, so that we can really focus on ways in which we can live, in harmony with the environment, or as I like to say, how can you coexist, with planet earth to make it a better place for you to live in the future, especially your generation, the generations to come. They are going to have to deal with all of the projected impacts of climate change or problems, and have to find solutions to solve them. So one of the things with the one earth only, or only one earth theme, it helps us to reflect on the relationship that we have with planet earth, in terms of our impact on planet earth, and thereby, the impact that it will have on us. So the way that we treat planet earth is a direct relationship with how with what we experience on planet earth, right? So our lifestyles, one of the major things that have caused this, warming and increase in greenhouse gas emissions, is that our lifestyle has changed, and we have moved away from, a sustainable way of life, in terms of, walking and using bicycles. We have moved from that era, and we went into rapid industrialization, which had, of course, a huge impact on the environment. So that leading to modernity, and people having access to numerous vehicles, having access to convenience, right? All of these things have changed, and of course, you notice that um, emissions are increasing. So it is important that we come together, right? Come together collectively as one body, whether it's individuals, civil societies, NGOs, or governments. We need to come together on a global scale to really protect and restore our planet. We need this transformative action where we have now sustainable consumption, um, and sustainable consumption and, sustainable economic development that will help to reduce, right, reduce the impacts that we are already seeing, right? So I don't know how many of you all are there, but it would be nice for me to see some comments, as in, what do you think about the impacts, the way that you treat the environment? Do you think that you are treating the environment in a sustainable way? Are your actions sustainable? Do you think you take actions um, that will not degrade the environment? Or when you do something, do you think about the impact that it can have on the environment, and therefore the long-term impacts on you as a human being? I would like to hear from you all. You can always leave a comment if you are not directly on the live now. Another important thing, right, that we discuss this year in terms of World Oceans Day is that the theme this year for World Ocean Day is revitalization, right? And revitalization in the sense of again having this collective action for the ocean. So this collective action in terms of this urgent need to explore or to revisit our relationship with the marine environment and how we can create a balance or coexist so that we don't completely destroy or degrade our marine environment. And just like planet Earth, there is one ocean, right? Although there are many oceans around the world, if you really think of it, the Earth is covered by 30% land, which is very small, and 70% water. And if you think of it again, there are no boundaries, meaning there are no physical boundaries. So the oceans itself, it's really one ocean that connects us all, right? So that is why governments, it's hard to have these marine or maritime boundaries because the ocean is borderless. So with that concept of revitalization, we have to think about the ocean being this one ocean and not oceans, and any impact that we have one place in the world will also have an impact somewhere else, right? Because it is all connected. So we like to think of the ocean as the lungs of planet Earth. It is the part of the earth that really sustains life. It is the lungs, right? Without it, you can't breathe. And at that point, the ocean contributes to at least 40 to 80% of the oxygen that we breathe, right? Growing up, a lot of us probably heard that the forest provides us with oxygen and is the major source of our oxygen, but it's really the ocean. So because if you think about it, if land is 30% and not all of it is covered by forests, you just have a percentage of it, right, covered with forests, then of course the majority of the oxygen that we breathe, right, really is from the ocean. And that happens because the ocean is the Earth's largest and major carbon sink, meaning it stores carbon and then converts it. And it also has a major the ocean absorbs at least 30% of carbon dioxide produced by humans, and it also has a major impact on regulating climate change. And that is really important because we notice if our oceans are becoming warmer due to climate change, of course we're going to have thermal expansion and contraction of the ocean. And then you have, of course, things like sea level rise, especially in the Caribbean region. So the ocean, right, in terms of being this largest carbon sink, right, helps to regulate the Earth's climate, right? And if it's becoming warmer because of human actions in terms of increases of greenhouse emissions on planet Earth, then it's going to alter our climate. And we already see that global warming is causing change. We have very intense rainfall, right, of short duration, high frequency, of thunderstorms right now, tropical waves, hurricanes in the Caribbean regions. You see that when it's in the dry season, it's very hot. It's very, very hot. We experience, drought conditions. And all of these things are all regulated by the ocean. So the ocean is the lungs of the planet, and it's also a major contributor to food, especially in the Caribbean. Without the ocean, right, many people in the Caribbean will not have a job because it's their source of livelihood. They depend on the ocean directly for food, for a job in terms of selling fish, selling fisheries, um, the tourism also that the ocean provides is a major economic revenue for the Caribbean countries, and also foreign exchange is earned through this economy, the tourism economy, and that is a major revenue earner, and it is directly linked to the ocean, sand, sun, sea tourism, selling people the concept of this beautiful blue ocean. So the ocean is really, really important in, contributing to our economy. And in the world, it is estimated that over 40 million people are employed in ocean based industries by the year 2030. So that is quite a lot. And if we do not love, care, respect for our ocean, then many of our people will be without job. Many of the people in the world will be without job. Also, the ocean is a major source of exploration in terms of medicine and um, harnessing medicine, right? So it provides us with food, it provides us with medicine, and it's also a major economic revenue earner. It's a major source of recreation. For someone like me, like the ocean is definitely my favorite place, and it's my main source of recreation and entertainment. So, you know, getting out there and protecting what I love is very important. And I hope that I would persuade, some of you all to do better if you already not um, thinking about your actions and the things that you do on a daily basis and how it can, lead to environmental degradation and the impacts that you feel. So, using the environment in a sustainable way is very important. Cut down on the use of plastics, disposing of, you know, your plastics through recycling if you are, but really, cut down on the use of plastics, lower your emissions in your home by utilizing, less energy, if you can um charge your phone probably once for the day, charge it to 100 and not have it constantly on the charger, things like that, using multiple devices at the same time, turning off your lights in your home. All of these things are simple strategies. Sometimes using the fan instead of the AC might be, these are simple individual actions that you can take that will have a collective impact, right? Also, the ocean for the Caribbean, the coral reefs in the Caribbean, is a major source of revenue for us, and also um, protection in terms of protecting our shoreline. So it's really, really important for us to get together in terms of coming together to protect the world's the ocean's biodiversity. The ocean or the marine environment, two of the major ecosystems that really helps and protects um, humanity, protects the environment, is coral reefs and mangroves. Without them, our shoreline would be completely destroyed. Without coral reefs to slow down the impact, without mangroves on the shoreline to help with these storm surges, our devastation from these hurricanes or tropical storms can be quite worse. And a major problem is that we are seeing a lot of loss, biodiversity loss and extinction. So really taking actions again that will help us to slow down the rate at which we have biodiversity loss is also very important. So that is this year's theme. And if you go to, of course, you can do a Google search on World Ocean Day or on World Environmental Day. It's going to take you to the UN website where you have all of the activities and things that you can do in the future in terms of helping or solutions. Um, and this revitalization, again, coming together, bringing communities, individuals, our actions all together to address this issue is really important. So you go to those sites and they would really give you some great information from the toolkits that will help you to work on your habits and to create a more eco-conscious lifestyle, a more sustainable use lifestyle, which is better for our ocean and our environment and our planet. So that's all. Have a good night. I hope you all enjoy the video. Share, ask questions. If you're interested in getting more involved in ocean work, please let me know. And that's it. Be safe. It's officially the start of hurricane season, which mean although us in the Caribbean are outside of the hurricane belt, we will still experience, of course, thunder showers and tropical waves. So please be prepared. Preparedness is very important around this time. If you know your home is not built to withstand the strong winds, or your roof is not, now is a good time to check your roofs to see if there are hurricane straps to bolt down the roofs, things like that, to have sandbags if you know your home is susceptible to flooding. So you need to adapt to these things, right? It is actually hurricane season. Make sure you have an emergency plan for your family. Communicate it to your family as well, and also a disaster preparedness plan that will include your emergency plan. So you need disaster preparedness plan. You need to have a first aid kit. You need to outline a master point. You need to communicate to your children, right? Or communicate to your brothers and sisters, of course, the emergency numbers, the master point. You have your canned foods, your flashlights. That entire disaster preparedness is very important. And I also did a video. I can try to post it on here as well. Hi, Violin. It's nice to meet you. And Alex, I both of you all from Trinidad. I hope you all had good exams. Definitely you all join Discord and please share. Have a good night. Remember to subscribe to the Discord channel. I also have a Facebook page, School of Geography. And if you want to get into more environmental work, you can check out my community group. It's called Changemakers for the Environment. So have a good night, guys. Bye.